Do you feel like a celebrity? Do you feel like a star there in the 404?
No.
You don't? Why not? Why do you say that?
I mean, I just put it like this. I have to stay grounded now because I want to get the concept of even when celebrity comes, do not get caught up in the hype. Do not become somebody else that people, opposite of what people really know you as. So I wouldn't even say, that celebrity thing. That's not something I want to grasp. I don't want to learn it. I don't want to grasp it. It comes with the territory, but at the same time, concentrating on keeping your feet on the ground and letting people know that I'm just like you, because I'm trying to inspire, and I gotta stay in touch with letting people know that hey, I'm just like you. So, sitting next to Kayto Reed, just like sitting next to someone else.
What is the hype that comes along with it? Because for different people, hype means different things. Being an aspiring young artist, what is the hype that you're referring to?
People are supposed to be around you, and it's like certain people get paid to tell you, which is fine. Hey, you're great. Hey, you're doing good, and you're going to be the next biggest thing, and whatever. That's fine and all, but person like myself, the things that made me, this is self-motivation. The times when I struggled, the times when I, was just felt like I wasn't anything. I have to maintain that. I don't need anyone to say, oh, you're going to be the next biggest thing. Oh, yes to this, yes and yes to that.
The typical gentleman approaching you in a suit saying, hey, like you see in the video, shaking your hand really hard. We want to work with you, Because I understand.
What can happen is that artist starts to feed off that because they go in needing people to motivate them. And, instead of coming in with, I come here to do something, you get about 15 minutes of it, and then you have to be able to get out the spotlight and sit down and find you something else to do. But if you get caught up in that, when your 15 minutes is over, 16, 17, 18 minutes, you want to stay in the spotlight. Now it's like a drug to you and you can't get out, so you start having these other problems. You might start doing drugs to cope with the fact that you're not famous no more. So why get caught? Why ride that when you need to just keep your feet on the ground in the first place?
The fact that you say that, that brings back so much that we have done on this particular show. A couple weeks ago, we did on February the 17th, we did a tribute to the lovely and late Miss Whitney Houston. And, even to this day, it's been almost 2 months now. And it's been over 2 months now, actually, 2 months and a couple of days. And to this day, you still can't believe that she's gone. And it'll take the world a while to get over this. That much I know. And when you said that made me really think, what happened, and what could she maybe have been going through that put her in that very unfortunate position. And when I heard you say that, it just kind of, I have flashbacks. That was all. I just have flashbacks to the night of February 11th. And so that's all I want to say in that regard. As of 2011, you all, according to Wikipedia, Metro Atlanta is the 9th largest media market in the United States. And Atlanta's economy ranks 15th among world cities and 6th in the country. The city is the center for services, finance, information technology, government, and higher education. And as you all know, the very well famous Ted Turner began Turner Broadcasting System that's now merged with the Time Warner Media Empire there in Atlanta. So being surrounded by all of this, is it, and I know I asked you earlier, is it easier, is it harder, to become noticed? Now I want to know, as far as networking in Atlanta is concerned, is it easier to network? I'm not getting discovered, not getting famous. I'm talking about simple networking. The fact that you have all these things, Turner Studios, Ted Turner, that's by the way, that's the studio. CNN, the CNN World Headquarters in Atlanta is owned by this Ted Turner, the studios that it's taped in, or excuse me, that they do this from. Is it easier to network with people?
I think it is very easy to network with people. You have a lot of more people there who's willing to talk to you and work with you. And allow you to get help from them and allow you to learn from them also. So the networking, they have I have seen plenty of networking parties. That's the one thing I can say about the Atlanta area that I've noticed mostly is that you always see some. They have networking nights. It's like a networking date type thing that they do.
It's almost a citywide holiday.
Yeah, it's like every week. Like I get something every week for networking Wednesdays. It's every Wednesday. You might meet somebody different from different aspects. You never know what you may go into. So today you might meet somebody from radio. Tomorrow you might meet a congressman. It's just, you never know. And the networking is always good, in different areas.
Is Atlanta close? And when I say close, is it close-knit as far as people trying to network and connect and do different things, team up with one another and try to, perform these big projects? Is it close compared to cities like Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or Washington, D.C.? Or are they more spread apart as far as, well, I don't want to deal with you, so, or are they very close-knit?
I think they are very close-knit. Everybody's trying to come together to reach a common goal. That goes back to the networking thing. You meet people, you interact with people. You never know who you might meet. You never know where they come from. You never know how they can help you. And then people are so friendly, in Atlanta, with it being a southern city. And I think that makes it a lot easier for people to network and to, reach that goal that everybody's trying to reach. And we're all trying to, make money or, whatever you're trying to do,
Do you think that that same friendliness, that same, bond, everyone's trying to work together within the city of Atlanta for a common goal, do you feel that those same values, those same principles manifest themselves in other cities, other media markets, such as Los Angeles?
No.
Why? You said that mighty quick. Explain, please.
The one thing I say, because of Atlanta, like she said, we are known. The South is known for Southern hospitality. That we are more friendly people, and you hear it all the time. Everybody always like, why people from the South always speaking and hello and happy, and we like, that's what we supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had people say, hey, why you speak to everybody all the time, like 100 times? I'm like, hey, to everybody, but, and it's other people that they just don't live life like that in other cities, and they like, I don't want nobody talking to me. I just want to go in the store.
Right.
You don't have to say hey, you don't have to say excuse me, just let me do what I do and go.
And I think for other cities, everybody is trying to get it on their own. They're all about themselves. But in Atlanta, we're all about helping each other out to get to that point.
Mr. Reed, how do you feel about what they just said in regards to, I guess, the social culture of Atlanta and its contributions to Atlanta entertainment, Atlanta media, Atlanta business?
I think now with the other genres, other businesses that are coming into Atlanta, I can honestly say that it used to be where you had your crew over here, your crew here, your crew there, and everybody just did their thing. But once all the other media and stuff start coming there, they start realizing we're not gonna grow just sitting here clicked up together. So now we're gonna have to get out here and
Separated.
start networking. Yeah, we're gonna start networking. So now you have Atlanta the way it is now, in addition to the Southern hospitality. So definitely it's working for itself. It's growing because of that reason. Everybody's realizing this is what we got to do. We're gonna have to throw networking parties and everybody has to gel. You can't just have some information, keep it to yourself. It's, by me giving to someone else, it's giving me something back because they have something, they do something else, not music. And I'm trying to get into what they're doing, and they might need something from me on the music side.
Do you think, being an aspiring young artist in Atlanta, do you think it'll be easier with this social culture, the hospitality, the hello, how are you, and the kindness that we do exhibit here in the southern part of the United States? Do you think it'll be easier for you to walk into a room and possibly somebody give you a chance, or it'll maybe give you a better chance to get noticed as an artist, as opposed to going to a much larger city such as Los Angeles or Chicago or New York, where they may not be as friendly, where they may be one of those people who say, okay, what you got? Okay, hurry up. I got things to do. Tina, go get my coffee.
Even in Atlanta, even though we're young at that, you still have to have talent. You still have to go in and, you know, put something on the table, a presentation to say, you know, this is like, just like in a corporate environment, this is my business plan. This is what I'm coming with. This is, you know, like if you sit in a board meeting, you got to contribute to whatever the meeting is about. You got to contribute to benefiting the people that you're coming to see.
What is one thing, being an aspiring young artist, in not even just in Atlanta, but just anywhere, what is one thing that you want other people out there who are trying to be in your shoes, who are trying to come up and about in whatever industry it is that they choose, their respective industry of choice? What is one thing that you want everyone out there to know, something that people probably don't think about
When it comes to
trying to come up, when trying to get yourself out there, just as you are?
Mm-hmm.
What is one thing that people probably don't think about?
Being open-minded. You know, you got to have going back to the whole business plan, you got to have a short term and a long term. You know, people want to hear that, and you have to carry that with you, because you can't just go in with an idea for now. You got to have an idea and lay it on the table, like, this is where I'm going to start, and this is where I plan on finishing, you know. And people that's in front of you, they want to know, what are you going to how are you going to benefit them, you know? And you tell them about your growth, and they'll turn around and say, okay, you're not just doing this right now stuff, you're trying to do some tomorrow stuff. So you still have to come as a corporate kind of situation, as a business of your own, businessman of your own, and present that short term and the long term.
You know what? And I think that's important that you say that, because a lot of people think, you know, well, I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to, you know, show them what I got, and I'm going to be really good, and they're going to like me, and they're going to sign me. And as you said, it's not like that. It's like they want to know, how are you going to benefit our company? In other words, how are you going to make money for us? How are you going to put money in our pockets? Because do you think that when they're sitting at the boardroom, you know, and you walk in there and you try to present whatever it is that you want to present to them, do you think that all they see is dollar signs? You know, how many dollar signs? Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yes.
They don't. Okay.
I think that most businesses want to make money. Mm-hmm. Most businesses want to get richer. You know, depends on, you know, how you looking at things and what your situation is. But even coming in as an artist, you're still gonna have to have a presentation as, what are you going? We already have one of you.
Right.
What are you gonna do that's gonna be different from the guy we got back in the back, or guy we already got out there that's just making us some money? You know. So you still have to be diverse, open-minded, and come with a big, diverse portfolio. And
that aspect of the industry is anywhere, not even just in the city.
Exactly.
Of Atlanta. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. It is 30 minutes past the hour here on 91.9 FM, WLJS Jacksonville. We're going to switch gears here for a little bit when we come back after the commercial break. As I have explained to you all in the past, for any listeners who have listened to our show, especially within the past month, you all know that the Late Night with Ed Moore III show has been heavily covering the controversial Trayvon Martin case. It was a case in which a 17-year-old teenager was shot and killed in his father's neighborhood in the city of Sanford, Florida, by a neighborhood watchman by the name of George Zimmerman. And for anyone who is friends with the Late Night with Ed Moore III Facebook page, you know that we have been posting updates in regards to the case and the direction that it's turning, and as far as the leads and the evidence that has been presented in the case. And this week has probably been one of the busiest, in my opinion, one of the busiest weeks in media for a while with this Trayvon Martin case, especially with all the information that came out in regards to the case this week. So, as I promised on the show some time ago, when the developments will come about as the direction of the case was taken, that I would discuss it on this show. So for the last 30 minutes of the show, we will be discussing the Trayvon Martin case. our own educated and intricate fashion. So that is something that you don't want to miss. Keep it locked right here. You're listening to 91.9 FM WLJS Jacksonville, and we will be right back.